Hello friends, we are continuing our discussion of exam 10 for repeaters. Look at question number 53. A compound A, right, this is compound A with molecular formula C8H8O. It is treated with the hydroxylamine. We get B and C. It says we get B and C. When and B rearranges to give D, similarly C rearranges to give D, E. And B, C, D, E all are isomers. And the molecular formula is C8H9MO. Okay, not MO, it should be NO. Okay. Here already mentioned B and C are isomers. Now when D is treated with the KOH and then hydrolyzed, we get initially we get oily compound F having molecular formula C6H7N, and when on this treated with CH3COCl, we get back D again. Okay. Similarly E, this E when treated with the alkali and acid, we get a white solid, that is G, having molecular formula C7H6O. We have to identify these compounds. So let us means we have to find out A, which is A. Identify A. So see, the first thing is with hydroxylamine, it can be either second option or fourth option. All right. From second and fourth, we from both the options we get geometrical isomers. So the answer is acetophenone. We can like compare in between the second option. See, acetophenone when treated with the hydroxylamine, this is H2NOH. All right. This is we get these two geometrical isomers. This is syn-methyl acetophenone oxim, and this is syn-phenyl acetophenone oxim. Alright, so B and C are syn-methyl and syn-phenyl. Syn-methyl, syn-phenyl, acetophenone hydroxylamine. Now, rearrangement in the presence of acid, it takes place. This is called Beckmann's rearrangement. Both the rearrangements are Beckmann rearrangement. This is the migration of anti-alkyl group, means the group which is opposite to OH migrates. So C6H5 NH, and then further there are so many there are so many points, but we don't have that much time to discuss Beckmann's rearrangement. If you want Beckmann's rearrangement can be discussed, that you send me in your doubts, all right, so that we can discuss it. So this is the migration of anti-alkyl group. So here phenyl group migrates, here methyl group migrates, all right, on nitrogen. On migration and further reaction, we get this compound, that is N-phenyl acetamide ethanamide, N-phenyl acetamide. All right, and this N-phenyl acetamide, this is oily compound, it is mentioned, and on treatment with the alcoholic KOH, D is this compound, I'm sorry, D is this compound, and on treatment we get oily, this compound. All right, OH negative of alcoholic KOH attacks on this carbon atom, and it is converted to CH3COH, that is acetic acid, and we get C6H5NH2, C6H5NH2 aniline. All right, the H positive of this bond breaking takes place, and hydrogen from this acetic acid removed attacks on this nitrogen, and we get aniline. Now if aniline is treated with CH3COCl, this is acetylation of aniline, so we further get back this product that is mentioned here. We get back D. Okay. Similarly, this compound, that is syn-phenyl acetophenone oxim, on Beckmann's rearrangement produce C6H5CONHCH3. Here it was CH3CONH C6H5. Here it is C6H5CONH Again on KOH, same reaction. In place of C6H5NH2, we will be getting CH3NH2. Here acetic acid was removed. Here benzoic acid is getting removed. So this is the complete reaction. All right. So this is it, and we can compare by saying this kind of rearrangement. This rearrangement kind of thing, or this reaction when we get aniline and these products. This is not possible if we take the second option. So the correct answer is fourth option. Question number 5.4. An aromatic compound X with molecular formula C9H10O gives the following chemical tests. First it says X, this is the formula. Alright, C9H10O, this is the formula, C9H10O with 2,4-DNP, that is called Brady's reagent, Brady's test, 2,4-DNP test. So since this reaction is there, we can say carbonyl group is present because this reaction is exhibited by carbonyl compounds. 2,4-DNP is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Like if we have carbon with oxygen, and this is H2N NH, and this is C6H5, this is phenylhydrazine, and 2,4-dinitro. So this is basically 2,4-dinitro DNP, and this is the reaction with carbonyl compound. So if we are getting this reaction, that means carbonyl group is present. Carbonyl group is present. Okay. Then with Tollens reagent, we are getting test. That means this carbonyl group must be aldehydic group because ketones they do not reduce Tollens reagent. Okay. Now they also give Cannizzaro reaction, so it indicates absence of alpha hydrogen because Cannizzaro reaction is exhibited by aldehydes having no alpha hydrogen. So on vigorous oxidation we get phthalic acid. So X must contain carbonyl group, all right, and second it must be aldehydic group, all right, and alpha hydrogen should be absent. So all the conditions are applied with this group. And now finally on vigorous oxidation, any compound having benzylic CH, benzylic CH is this one. Here whatever group is present, if it is oxidized by normally KMNO4 or K2Cr2O7 etc., we finally get COH. So we know that it is CHO group, it is having benzylic benzylic CH, all right, and here we have again benzylic CH. Here we have hydrogen and methyl group, so this benzylic CH. So both the groups get converted to COH. So X must be this compound, that is first option. All right. Here we have at meta position, so there was a possibility of third option, but it is a ketonic group. So Cannizzaro reaction is not possible, and the Tollens reagent thing is not possible here. Here Tollens reagent is possible, everything is possible, but these two are at meta position. So on vigorous oxidation, it is clearly mentioned that we get 1,2-benzene dicarboxylic acid. So second and fourth can be omitted. All right, correct answer is first option. Now look at 55th question. Question number 5.5. CH3COH is treated with the SOCl2 first, and then with benzene, then HCN, then HOH. So this is a simple reaction, no problem. See 55. CH3COH is treated with SOCl2, we get CH3COCl. Okay, we get CH3COCl. And then benzene acylation, Friedel-Crafts reaction. So we get acetophenone. Then with HCN, this is nucleophilic addition reaction, cyanohydrin formation. And on hydrolysis, CN is converted to COH. So this is alpha hydroxy acid. So 55 correct answer is first option. Look at 56. Vapor pressure of a pure liquid A is 40 mm. Alright. And the partial pressure is 32 mm. We have to find out mole fraction. So it is very simple question. Means PA is equal to P0A x of A. PA is given, P0A is given, x of A we have to find out. So 32 by 40 or 4 by 5.8. 56 correct answer is first option. Okay. Question number 57. BP elevation constant means Kb is given. Normal boiling point of toluene is given. Enthalpy of vaporization we have to find out. So here the answer is correct, but explanation part of this question paper there is one step is missing, and they have calculated directly, but last step is missing actually. So look at this question. We have to find out Kb and delta HV. Delta HV is basically latent heat of vaporization is given by delta HV upon molecular weight. Actually we have to find out this thing. Okay. And in the relation Kb is equal to RTB the square 1000 of LV. We can put delta HV upon molecular weight directly, or you can solve LV first and then you can convert it into delta HV. R is gas constant, Tb is boiling point of liquid, toluene boiling point is given. It was given in degree Celsius, it is converted to Kelvin. Alright, so Tb the square, and R you can use 100 by 12 in calculation. 1000 is already there. LV is latent heat of vaporization. On calculation we are getting 3.32, that is in joules, or we are getting 0.368 kilojoules per gram. You can calculate it. I have calculated already. 0.368 kilojoule per gram. Now delta HV, molar mass of toluene is 92. So just multiply these two. In this means in the explanation of this question paper, it is stopped at this point. So this is the further calculation. Alright, 34 kilojoule. Correct answer is second option, 57. Okay,